Hey, welcome to episode 43 of the Superpowered Fancast. This is Darren. So, one again, I want to thank everyone who's listening, everyone who's watching the show on YouTube. I'm grateful to everyone that's been watching, that's been subscribing. If you like it, if you like what you're seeing, subscribe, tell other people about it, and leave comments. Let me know what I'm doing that you like, what I'm doing that you don't, and we'll see how it goes from here. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to get them. I'd love to improve and know more, and I can only do that by hearing it from you. So let's just go ahead and just get in to the news for this week, for this past week, and there's a lot of it. There's a lot of great stuff that came out this week, and I'm trying to touch on as much of it as I can. And I know I've started off a lot of episodes talking about Black Panther, but hey, you know what? It's there's a reason why it's been so big. Now, right now, like literally after this weekend, Black Panther has become the top grossing superhero film of all time in North America, and that's not accounting for inflation. And the reason why you're seeing other images of another movie is because both of these movies are celebrating some interesting achievements. Now, Black Panther has taken in an additional $17 million this weekend, but this weekend, the number one film was Pacific Rim Uprising. Now, it came in with $28 million in its opening weekend in over 3,000 locations. It's gotten some mixed reviews, and it didn't open as big as the original Pacific Rim, directed by Guillermo del Toro. This is a modest opening for Universal, and that dropped Black Panther to number two the weekend, bringing in 17 million. So both films doing well. Black Panther continuing to do great. Right now, it's passing everybody, and it's still making money. So good for them. But the biggest Marvel movie news has got to be the Infinity War, the new Infinity War trailer, and it was amazing from start to finish. It's added so many new elements that we were waiting to see, like so many story elements and visuals. Like it was just it was great. I loved everything that they showed, especially. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think probably the most iconic thing that was in the trailer was the Captain America versus Thanos part. Which was just awesome to see. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. If he literally says I can do this all day while he's holding Thanos' arm, he's getting his ass kicked, I'm gonna be a very happy guy. But it was amazing just seeing all the interactions of characters that you hadn't seen interact before, especially Star-Lord and Iron Man. Just signifies how great this film looks and how grateful I'm hoping that it is. I even love the little things like the Spider-Man and Doctor Strange interaction. It's just funny. So next thing I want to talk about is so at the Empire Awards, this that just passed. Steven Spielberg made an announcement, and he told those in attendance that he is getting ready to begin filming the fifth Indiana Jones film, and he also released the shooting location. Now, what he said was, and I'm quoting here: "It's always worth the trip when I get to work with this deep bench of talent coming out of the UK, the actors and the crew, the chippies, the sparks, the drivers, everybody who has helped me make movies here, and will continue helping me make movies here when I come back in April 2019 to make the fifth Indiana Jones movie right here," he said. Now, we all know Harrison Ford is coming back to reprise his role as a globe-trotting adventurer and archaeologist, and the film's going to be produced by Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall. Now, the screenplay is written by David Koepp, who's written the screenplays for Jurassic Park, Carlito's Way, Stir of Echoes, and the first Spider-Man. Now, Spielberg's going to begin filming in the UK in April 2019, and the film is expected to be released July 20th, 2020. So we got some other interesting news coming from the world of Men in Black. So it looks like the Men in Black reboot is going to be a Thor Ragnarok reunion with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson taking the lead roles in the film. Now, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are not expected to return, and it's being reported the film's not a complete reboot. But it is going to be directed by F. Gary Gray, who directed The Fate of the Furious. And it's going to be from a screenplay by Art Markham and Matt Holloway, who wrote the original Iron Man movie and Punisher War Journal. Now, Walter F. Parks and Laura McDonald are going to produce, with Steven Spielberg as executive producer. And from what I understand is that Hemsworth and Thompson are going to be taking new roles and not going to be taking over the roles of Agent J and Agent K. And this film is expected to expand on the original premise and the world of Men in Black and be more of an ensemble film, from what I understand. So, an interesting premise to be sure. The next thing I want to talk about is, just for the big kid in me, is there's some new Marvel superhero attractions coming to Disney. Now, Walt Disney Company announced Tuesday that California Adventure and in the 63-year-old Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, they already have like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but they're going to have Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and other characters from the MCU in new attractions and a new live show in 2020. Now, they said that the new attractions are in development, going to be in partnership with Marvel Studios. Now, the California Adventure attraction is going to become what they're calling a completely immersive superhero universe. And it's going to be anchored by the exhibit, the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout attraction. And so it's going to be in the space that's currently occupied by A Bug's Land. So I'm sorry to say, but Stuff to Be a Bug is going to close on March 19th. And the rest of the land is going to close in summer. Now, in Disneyland Paris, their Marvel-themed area is going to include an attraction where guests get to team up with Iron Man and other adventures on what's being called a hyperkinetic adventure. And Disneyland Paris is also going to host Marvel Summer of Superheroes. There's going to be a stage show that's going to run from June 10th to September 30th. Now, in Hong Kong Disneyland, they're going to see a new area that's going to include, it's supposed to include an attraction where the guests are going to team up with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, that new attraction is going to join the Iron Man experience, which opened in 2017 and is currently one of the more popular areas of the resort. So that's something to look forward to. I mean, that's a lot of great. You knew this was going to happen. You knew there was going to be a lot of Marvel Entertainment stuff coming out of Marvel Studios and going into the Disney parks, and it looks like they're going to go big with their attractions, and I can't wait to see it. So I doubt I'm going to be able to be getting to Hong Kong and Paris anytime soon, but I might trot out to California or to Orlando when those attractions open in 2020 and take a look. Now, in other comic book movie news, this is from Deadline. Director Ava DuVernay, and I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong, she's being brought in to direct The New Gods for Warner Brothers. Now, you don't know anything about it. Like, I'm a huge fan of Jack Kirby. He created the New Gods after he left Marvel for DC, and the New Gods are part of his Fourth World series of characters. And now the New Gods were created in the 70s. Now, after Ragnarok, the actual Ragnarok, well, I guess you could say the metaphysical Ragnarok, a new series of deities known as the New Gods settled on two different planets. One was called New Genesis. That's run by Highfather, and Apocalypse, which is run by Darkseid. So now the new gods are peaceful, and they kind of resemble the gods of Greek myth, with like updated, like kind of updated technological flair. And then you have, Darkseid. So now I don't know what the film is going to be about, but I'm super excited for both this film to be come out and for Ava to be in charge of it. I think it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait. So I'm going to be reporting on this a lot. Now, she's already expressed an affinity for one of the characters in New Gods named Big Barda, and if you tune in this week to our YouTube channel, there's going to be an unofficial primer where we talk about on the Fancast Comic Forum. We're going to talk about the New Gods. We're going to introduce the New Gods, talk about the characters, kind of give a primer to who the characters are, and explain their relation to the DC universe. So the last bit of movie news is certainly not the least bit of movie news, is a new trailer for Deadpool 2. Here's the thing. After everything people have been saying about the test screenings, and a lot of that I can tell has been debunked. Like, if you watch the new trailer for Deadpool, I have nothing but confidence in how awesome this movie is going to be. Like, I am on board for everything about it. It looks so amazing from start to finish. And just funny, just so many funny lines, and I love the fact that he's just gonna go ahead and put X-Force out there. I like the fact that Cable is the villain in this movie. It's gonna be interesting to see the two of them play off each other. I love all the X stuff, all the X-Men stuff, and I just think I'm absolutely on board for Deadpool 2. So transitioning out of movie news, let's go into TV news, and the TV news actually is also about Deadpool as well. Now, recently, I reported that FXX was going to be moving forward with an animated adult Deadpool series for their network. And unfortunately, there's been some changes, and they're not good. Now, according to multiple stories, in Deadline and other publications, FXX will not be going forward with the Deadpool animated series, specifically the version that was being spearheaded by writer-actor Donald Glover. Now, the network released a statement Saturday regarding the news of the series, and they said, and I quote, "Due to creative differences," it's always creative differences for some reason, I don't know why, FX, Donald Glover, Stephen Glover, and Marvel Television have agreed to part ways on Marvel's Deadpool animated series, the network said. And now FX will no longer be involved with the project, so FX and Marvel have an ongoing relationship through our partnership on Legion, which will continue. Now, the series actually received a 10-episode straight-to-series order from the network last year and was projected to premiere this year on FXX. But there's no word on whether Marvel Television is going to pursue another network to air the Deadpool animated series, or if they will continue to work with Glover on the project. Personally, I think they should go ahead and stick with Donald Glover. I would love to see his vision for the character and shop it somewhere else. I mean, I doubt it's going to go on Disney's. It's going to go on Disney's streaming service, but you still got like Netflix. You still got Hulu. I think an animated Deadpool series will be able to find a home somewhere. And I think just having the talent of someone like Donald Glover behind it is definitely a feather in the cap. It's definitely something you can put out there to prospective networks to say, hey, you're getting this kind of quality in a Deadpool series, and I think someone will pick it up. Same thing we said, frankly, for is it not New Mutants? Anyway, that's another story for another day. But sticking with television, let's go to Luke Cage. Luke Cage season 2 is coming up, and they have found the villain. Now, Annabella Sciorra is going to be playing the villain in Luke Cage season 2. This was reported in Entertainment Weekly that Sciorra is going to be taking over the role. Now, Sciorra is known for her roles in films like Jungle Fever, Reversal of Fortune, Copland. She's also starred on television series including The Sopranos, Law and Order, Criminal Intent, and more recently on Netflix's Glow. And now Chio Hodori Coker, who is the showrunner for Luke Cage, he released a statement praising Sciorra, who is an amazing actress. And he said, "I've been a huge fan of her since Spike Lee's Jungle Fever, and Annabella Sciorra is no joke as Rosalie Carbone." He said, "Now, speaking of Rosalie Carbone, now Rosalie Carbone has traditionally been a Punisher villain in the comics and is a mafia princess from the Carbone crime family. Now, she's had a long and personal history with Frank Castle. Now, I'm sure that history is going to be altered for Luke Cage season 2, but it would be interesting to have that character that has a connection to both Luke Cage and the Punisher, meaning we may see the Punisher on Luke Cage at some point, or Luke Cage on the next season of the Punisher. So you never know. After all, I mean, they do tell you it's all connected, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is Constantine. Now, Legends of Tomorrow is supposed to be getting a season 4. Now, they haven't necessarily, really confirmed that, but it's looking more and more likely that it is. And seeing that Matt Ryan's iteration of John Constantine, now he's garnered a cult status among fans of the character, and that's led him to appear multiple times on episodes of Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow on the CW. And it's also gotten him his own animated series on the CW Seed. So now there's an announcement that the character is going to join the roster of Legends of Tomorrow as a series regular for the 4th season. Now, there's no formal announcement of the show's 4th season, but the show is expected to come back. Now, Ryan's next appearance as Constantine is going to be in the 3rd season finale episode. So here's my thing. Now, with an animated series on the CW and the character joining the cast of season 4 of Legends of Tomorrow, now could a new live action Constantine series be in the works for either the CW or the DC Comics streaming service coming soon? I mean, you're putting the character out there a lot, and I would love to get a resolution from his series on NBC. Just kind of see where that ended and where it goes from there. Now, you can check out the first episodes of Constantine City of Demons, currently airing on CW Seed. So that's it for this week for the Superpowered Fancast. Now, again, you can read all of these stories and news stories, including movie reviews, TV reviews, comic book reviews, on our website, superpoweredfancast.com. Once again, I want to thank everyone who has been listening to the show and going to the website and watching these videos on YouTube, including the Fancast Comic Forum. We've got a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of great things coming up that I want to tell you about, but I'm still kind of working on. I'm working on scheduling and getting these things together. But we're going to be having some new interviews coming up with some people, with some great people, industry people I admire, and just to let you know that it's going to be like comic books and movies and video games and all that stuff. So it's going to be a good time. So for a Superpowered Fancast, this is Darren signing off, saying I will see you next time.